YouTube! Welcome to Fred's Full Throttle. Spring is here in New England. The buds are just starting to form on the trees, the air has that soft, warm feel more often than not, and the last little bits of snow have finally melted. This means V8s and V-twins, inline triples and straight sixes. The start of the driving and fun seasons are upon us. Stick around to the end for a few big announcements. This year I have a lot of things planned, more than perhaps any year prior. I have autocrosses, group drives, and adventures planned for the Grand Sport. I have that new Ducati that I bought with Dogecoins, which I haven't even ridden 10 miles yet, which I'm excited to go and explore with. I've pulled my Jet Blaster Wave Runner out of storage, and this week I'm going to be de-winterizing it and pretty soon starting the ocean riding season. And of course, the 24 Hours of Lemons build marches on with some huge progress in the last week. We sit here about a month and a half past the 3-year anniversary of me regularly making videos on YouTube. In that time, I relaunched my channel under the name Fred's Full Throttle. I've made over 170 videos, and at this moment, if you wanted to watch every public video I've made, you'd have well over 24 hours of continuous footage. Making videos is a tremendous amount of work. If you watch many regular YouTubers, you likely hear them at least occasionally mention this, or things like needing to take breaks or facing burnout. It's a very real thing. You'll recall that at the start of the year I changed from weekly videos to bi-weekly videos. This was a step towards pulling back some of my time so I had more free time for fun and for building that Lemons car. What I found though is that between the race car build and all the other things going on in my personal life, not to mention an incredibly busy professional life, that frequently means making videos is feeling more like work and less like fun. I still enjoy it mostly, but with the pressure of coming up with new ideas week in and week out, keeping things interesting and insightful, and not wanting to compromise on the quality of my videos increases the stress. So, I'm going to drop the schedule, and we'll be making videos periodically, but with no planned release time frame. I started doing YouTube regularly during the early days of the pandemic, when I was having no human interaction, and I had an abundance of time at home. To fill the void in my personal schedule, I saw it as a way to be creative, to learn some new skills, and document my own hobbies and interests. As the pandemic has started to subside, my time has started to be filled with other things. Doing things with friends, taking up new hobbies, and having time to do more of the hobbies I already have. Now I'm nearly back as busy as I was pre-pandemic, and something needs to give a little bit. YouTube for me has never been about getting big or making money. It's always been, for me, by me, to share my love and enthusiasm for cars. I also wanted to prove to myself that I could do it if I put my mind to it, and indeed I did. It's an interesting thing asking yourself why you do something like this. Well, if it's for me, why do I even care about the views? The thing is that that's complicated. I still enjoy making videos, but it's less fun when each video gets many less views. Since stopping the wall-to-wall coverage of the C8 Z06, my views have dropped precipitously. Where I was getting 3,000 to 5,000 views per video pretty regularly, I'm now getting a couple hundred. Since it's all for me, does that matter? In a nutshell, no, because I'm making the videos that I want to be making. But I do care if people are enjoying my videos, and if it's not actually being seen by very many people, it falls much more into the, am I getting as much out of it as I'm putting into it question. What that means in a practical sense, though, is that I'll be making videos now when I have something that strikes me, something that inspires me, or when there's something directly that I want to cover. Though I could keep covering the news or even dive back in on the Z06, the market is already pretty saturated there, and I don't want to be just one of many. I wish I could do this full-time, because it would be a lot of fun to dedicate my week towards making a super fun video, but alas, this isn't going to pay the bills anytime soon, and it doesn't make sense financially. But all is not lost, and I'm making this very clear. I'm not stopping making videos. I'm just dropping the prescribed schedule of every other Friday. Thinking long and hard about my priorities, I want to make the most of my time, enjoy it as much as I can, and then where I'm able to, fit in good videos. Now I do have a few announcements, but before that I want to thank all my subscribers and viewers for standing by me. As a viewer, I have a bunch of channels I subscribe to. I look forward to every video put out by my favorite channels, but since becoming a YouTuber myself, I have a much larger respect for what goes into each video, and the amount of sacrifice it takes for big channels to do what they do. I'm sure that it helps if you can do that for your job, quitting your normal 9 to 5. So thanks to all the people who watch, subscribe, and especially to all of you that reach out and talk to me via the comments and emails. I really enjoy all the interactions and getting to know you. I realize that this video may not be what you want to hear, but I feel that many of you know me well enough by now that you can see my perspective and will support this choice, even if it means a little bit less frequent Fred's Full Throttle videos. Okay, well I definitely don't want to leave things off on a bit of a down note, so I wanted to share a bit about all those things that are taking up my time and share several exciting things that are actually coming along. First, and I'd say most excitingly, I'm going to move forward with building my garage. I've gotten several quotes over the past month, and I have 2 more inbound, which I should have by the end of this coming week. The general plan is a single-story, 2-stall garage with 10-foot walls, and roughly, we'll see, a 26 by 26-foot footprint. High lift doors and 2, yes 2, 4-post lifts to make room for more cars. That neon Fred's Full Throttle sign that I got is destined for the feature wall in the garage, and there will be several big surprises in store once the construction begins. I will be covering it in my videos. Next, I'm going to start modding my beloved C7 Grand Sport. My warranty is finally out, and my newfound love of wrenching with the Lemons car build has shown me that this stuff isn't as scary as I thought. Expect more on this as the garage gets built, as I'll likely be looking for ideas and thoughts on how to add power and performance without compromising reliability. I already have a short list that includes headers, exhaust, air intake, throttle bodies, and more. I'm going to be doing all of the work myself too on one of those shiny new lifts. 24 hours of Lemons. The build continues, and this past weekend we just had 2 of us there in the garage, but we were able to remove the gas tank and to make room for the subframe welds. Though I'd never done anything like that kind of thing before, I was able to do most of the work myself without even having a second set of hands. Additionally, our last 2 wheels came in, so now we have our 4 primary wheels and our 2 backup wheels. Soon we'll be getting that race rubber installed on all 6 of them. We also got our steering wheel and our new brake rotors in. We're building momentum, and the fun is building just as we're about to the point where we're only going to be adding to the car rather than removing or fixing. Don't worry, I'll be covering the build along the way as well, and all the racing. So, where does this leave me with the Z06? I'm not sure, to be honest. I love the car, and I look forward to whenever I get the opportunity to drive one. If that happens, I'll definitely make a review video. But the long wait time is giving me a lot of time to think, and I don't know if I'll still want it when it comes in, especially since I'm going to keep my C7. I'm going to have room for up to 3 more fun cars in this new garage, and at least one of those is going to be a project car. Also, a big chunk of the money that I'd saved for the Z06 is going to be spent on building the garage. Several of you gave me advice recently in the comments that said enjoying life is more important than waiting for what's next, and I certainly view the Z06 that way. It could be 2 or 3 or more years out based on current allocations, and I'm not just going to sit and put fun on hold until GM can finally make my car. I am going to stay on the list though. If I can swing the car after building the garage, then I'm going to get it. If not, then I won't. There's a good chance I'll end up with it, but we'll see. Life's too short to worry about a car that's years away. If it works out, great. If not, also great, because I enjoy the time between now and then. So rather than draw this out, I hope this can serve as a bit of advice from me to you to focus on enjoying and living your life rather than always waiting for the next best thing that's off on that horizon. None of us knows how much time we have, and we should truly live life to the fullest that we're able to, as much as we possibly can. So until my next video, be well, my friends. I'll see you when I see you. Fred out!